Ever wondered how some startups achieve exponential growth while others fail? Today, we dive into The Lean Startup by Eric Ries to find out. The Lean Startup isn't just a buzzword, it's a philosophy that is shaking up the business world. It's about being nimble, adaptable, and above all, customer-focused. In the first chapter, Ries introduces us to the concept of continuous innovation. This isn't just about coming up with unique ideas, but relentlessly testing and tweaking them to meet customer needs. The heart of this process is the build, measure, learn feedback loop. You create a product, measure how customers respond, learn from the data, and then iterate. It's about learning as fast as possible and using that knowledge to refine your product. It's a cycle of constant improvement, a perpetual engine of growth. Being lean isn't about size, but about swift and smart action. Now, how do we define a startup, and what can we learn from the process? In The Lean Startup, author Eric Ries defines a startup as an organization that is dedicated to creating something new under conditions of extreme uncertainty. This isn't just about small tech companies in Silicon Valley. This definition extends to any individual, team, or organization looking to introduce new products or services into the market. Now let's move on to the value of learning from customer feedback. In Chapter 3, Ries emphasizes the importance of adapting to customer feedback. This doesn't mean blindly following every suggestion, but rather integrating feedback into your development process, testing it, and learning from it. It's about creating a continuous loop of feedback and learning that allows you to understand what your customers truly want. This can lead to faster iterations, better products, and ultimately, a more successful startup. Remember, in the world of startups, learning quickly from your customers can be the key to success. So, we've defined our startup and we're ready to learn. But how do we experiment and take that leap of faith? Chapter 4 of The Lean Startup emphasizes the importance of experimentation. The idea here is not to leap blindly, but to make informed leaps. Startups should experiment with their products, their business models, and their strategies. They should constantly be testing, tweaking, and refining, always with an eye towards learning and improvement. Then we come to Chapter 5, which introduces us to the concept of the leap of faith. This is the moment when a startup founder, based on their learnings and experiments, decides to make a significant change. It's a decision that's pivotal, risky, and often counterintuitive. But it's a necessary step, a leap that must be taken to push a startup to its next stage of growth. With every experiment, you're not just seeking success, you're seeking learning. We've taken the leap. Now it's time to test our assumptions and measure our progress. In Chapter 6 of The Lean Startup, Eric Ries introduces us to the concept of a minimum viable product, or MVP. It's a version of your product with just enough features to attract early adopter customers and gather valuable feedback. Creating an MVP isn't about rushing to market with a half-baked idea. It's about learning what your customers really want as quickly as possible. From there, we move to Chapter 7, where Ries emphasizes the importance of actionable metrics. Unlike vanity metrics that might make us feel good, but don't offer real insight, actionable metrics give us a clear understanding of our progress. They help us to learn, adapt, and pivot if necessary. Remember, the goal isn't just to gather data, it's to gain insights that help us to make better decisions and ultimately achieve success. Testing and measuring aren't just about numbers. They're about understanding and improving your path to success. We've journeyed through the Lean Startup process, but what are the key takeaways from The Lean Startup by Eric Ries? Let's revisit the essence of our journey. From the first stop, we learned that continuous learning is the lifeblood of any startup. It's about questioning every assumption and being open to new insights that can pivot your venture in a more fruitful direction. Next, we leaped into the concept of the build, measure, learn loop. This cycle is a heartbeat of your startup, where you build your product, measure customer responses, and learn from the data to refine your approach. Our last pause was at the importance of actionable metrics. They are the compass guiding you through the rough seas of uncertainty, helping you make informed decisions and improve your product or service. And there you have it, the Lean Startup in a nutshell. Remember, success isn't just about having a great idea. It's about being lean, being agile, and always being ready to learn.